Washington Metamora game would be a really good game to watch. I think it'd be a really tight, 2-1, 3-2 game, really well played.
The Metamora tied more than 2-2.
Did they?
And I talked to Max about it. He said it was 18-5 on the shot.
Like us.
It was
like us and Dunlap.
Yeah, and it was one of those rain soaked right after the rain. It's Metamora field with a big crowd, but it's still a little sloppy. The Metamora goalkeeper, Carol Athletic, and
Good for her.
So yeah.
Yeah, Mike Throckmorton decided for me. Dunlap was undefeated, I think.
If they were to tie Dunlap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Sutter and
I was at that game and Morton might have had two teams. And the one thing was I live over in town and deal with chip shop, but first half we were on and all of the shots seemed to be on the rolls to the deep on all sides.
I did that. Makes a difference.
I think it's
No, she had two qualities. I think they were a quality player, does. Very. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's got the first goal when she had Tracker, which is criminal. But no, that you go back, look at that game. It was 7-30. I mean, we didn't tire them out to make them chase the ball.
Hey, defenders, you guys can hit some long balls.
Just don't let it get loose.
Yeah, you guys
That's all they. No, she remember it gets out. The ground's moving, she's not. You can see it up here. I mean, you see a 40-yard run. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Isn't the other one supposed to be?
I don't know. I can look it up if you need to. Is it Jared Cliff? I can look. It should be on the checks.
It is.
It's supposed to be Chad? Have you guys reached out to him or no? I might have his cell too. I don't know. I don't have his cell.
Yeah, they're in school, definitely. Yeah, those two are.
Yeah. They're doing softball and
Probably all
baseball too. So.
Yeah. Helping them softball. I remember her from volleyball. Good player. A good athlete. Cat Wagner. She did her sister. I remember them from volleyball. They were good players. Yes, it was hot. Sun did come out. Sun did come out.
Yeah, that's right. That was hot. And really windy. Today it's like.
I think she needs an ice bucket.
But today is like.
I was tired yesterday. I couldn't figure out
You
why.
done that?
You're bracing yourself against the wind. Even down there, I can't imagine you guys doing it up here. I mean, it's 3 times worse up here.
The whole thing was shaking.
But I must have been feeling it. So I'm like, on my thighs and because I was bracing my, the whole time.
It's just being your feet for. I mean, came up here
I went to bed at 8. I went to bed at 8:30 last night. I said 3 hours out in the wind, the fresh air, that heat, and then I said my legs are sore. So I'm bracing myself.
Yep.
I went up and said I'm gonna listen to a podcast.
Now,
Boom.
I did that last
2:40 in the morning. I wake up.
I tell you what, that happened to me. I was laying in my bed.
I was happy.
I hadn't taken my contact out or nothing. And the next thing I know, it's like 1 in the morning. I'm like, kind of woke up and I had to, then you don't want to get out of your bed.
I was looking at it. I was actually listening to a book on Audible. I looked up and it was like 14 chapters had gone by. And I'm like, I was not awake for any of that. Oh yeah. Yes, Stan. Yes. Stan had to lean out. Yeah. At least we were enclosed. We weren't closed. Yeah, we were. Yeah, Mike and I we were a civil law couple now. We were blood test away from being married. So secure. It'd be great. In a normal season, we'd have 5 games and 4 of them would be minimum.
Couldn't get our afternoon scoreboard. So I was doing scoreboard here at the stadium, trying to lean out to see. I couldn't see. But in Richmond, they just look out the window.
Get some of those stands covered, Richard covered or Richard. With the new track and everything like that.
Yeah, we just deducted your pay a little bit. No big deal.
Okay.
All right. I donated to the school. I put in a little report to the IHSA,
Yeah.
but no big deal. Do your best out there tonight, all right?
That helps too. I'm sure there's staff over there that don't have to be taking up space. Everybody is in that little death row that you got there. Stadium.
Coaches or their people.
No, they have 2 different radio stations.
Oh, really?
2 different radio stations in Kansas cover them. Yeah. They were really polite. They were really professional. I thought maybe we'd do some cross traffic in the noise. We were probably louder than they were. They were really nice guys. Yeah, I tried to find them in the Central game. Definitely championship game on radar. I might not be able to late at night if I was on the 2nd or 3rd floor of the house. Might be able to pick it up. Probably there's nothing to the east of Quincy, so they're probably oriented towards the west.
Oh, man. A lot of games in a short period of time.
Yes, it is.
And next week, what is it? 2, I was looking at it. There's 3 games where I think 2 are away.
2 are away.
And so then Saturdays, that's the last game before the postseason.
Yeah, that'll be the
That's normal community.
championship game.
That'll decide the conference.
Yeah, we should both be
Undefeated in the conference, yeah. Community, I know they beat Dunlap.
That's their one time.
I'm Greg. I'm the
One loss. They lost 7-0 to
These guys tied who?
Dyke.
No way.
Is Community the one that's 7-0?
Yeah.
Okay. Then they
West is not very good.
okay. They tied West 2-2, and they got beat 7-0 by Community.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
that's
makes
okay.
sense. Yeah, no, West is down on the girls' side, so it'd be West.
Okay. Yeah, West is a Community. So that's 4-1-1 in 3rd place.
They're 4-1-1. Who did they also get?
They beat Danville, Centennial, Urbana, but they've taken care of them in the 9-0, 10-0 way.
You were going to stop it anyway, so just do me a favor.
To beat St. Thomas More, like 4-0. More's good.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing I'll say.
1-8.
I've had a couple of them.
I watched the JV game.
When I find about after, they're like, oh yeah, they had a head injury. I'm like, well, right, but if I don't know,
Yeah.
and if they come
What's
out
the
and tell me
difference
you
between
still one
we beat Bloomington 8-0, but Bloomington would beat Central 9-0. Bloomington was not like Central, like, even though the scores are similar.
when I talk to Atlanta, I can't see it from here. So,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, not a big deal. But I just
We're not gonna be
that
able
way.
to
So,
No. Yeah.
maybe it's like a little training ground session before July.
You gotta do the things you do right. And then you'll beat them.
If you're sloppy, you're not going to meet your goals. If you do it right, you should stay.
And if you don't take care of your defense responsibilities, they're going to put one in.
This girl.
She was like an athlete. Yeah, she does look. Their volleyball team is really good. Yeah, they were really good. That's the Cricket Wagner. Yeah, and her sister Kat Wagner. They were starters. Yep.
We'll do captains right now. Please.
There you go. Bergen and Brandon. First state. What's he doing? My brother Joe. Chat a couple years later.
I love having.
How you doing, Coach? You have a roster too?
Yeah.
Coaches, just make sure they're equipped, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the mass police. You just do what you want to do with your team. Do what you want to do with your team, okay? I'm not going to handle how you want, okay? Ladies, play soccer, have fun, okay? Hear a whistle, stop, okay? Other than that, not much to tell you. You've been playing soccer long enough, all right? You're the home team, you're the guest. Soccer ball, she's going to call soccer ball or FC. We're going to call soccer ball. Calling soccer ball. Okay, I'm going to catch it here. You want the other one, didn't you? Yeah. What do you want, ball or soccer ball? Okay, you got ball in this one, okay? Good luck, have fun.
In the welding school. No future. Yeah. Just running cone drills here, Coach. All right. I am one of them, yeah. I remember the Wagner girls. Cricket and Kat Wagner, I remember you guys. I remember the Wagner girls. They compliment me. Yeah, I know.
Welcome to Peoria Northern High School. At this point in time, we ask you to please rise for athletic event partners and remain standing for our next event. Heavenly Father, to you give all praise and thanksgiving. Send forth your grace and abundance upon all gathered for this soccer game, and especially bless these teams, coaches, and referees. Allow your peace to always reign in our hearts. We ask this through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. the starting lineup. First ball for our visitors from Champaign Central. Starting in goal, number 44, Greg Rosso. Number 3, Sophia Adams. Number 8, Patrick Wagner. Number 9, Claudia Larison. Number 10, Aaron Collins. Number 14, Bella Ortiz. Number 15, Lady Summers. Number 16, Kitty Rosso. Number 17, Anna Wachter. Number 22, Casey Pierce. And number 23, Tinsley Stillman. Now the starting lineup for the home team, the Irish of Notre Dame. Starting in goal, number 1, Addie Jeanette. Number 4, Tegan Timmerman. Number 6, Maya Wardle. Number 7, Abby Soka. Number 9, Ellen Goldquist. Number 12, Mary Fowler. Number 15, Lucy Burkett. Number 17, Kaylee Carew. Number 18, Jenna Hart. Number 19, Jean Gears. And number 22, Lauren Scurry.
Welcome, Peoria Notre Dame Lady Irish soccer fans, to our Friday night tilt here between your Lady Irish and our visitors from down south, Champaign Central. We have a beautiful night, no wind, no sun actually, beautiful temperature, pitch is in great shape. We have a game between your Lady Irish Champaign. Champaign is 4-1-1 in the Big 12. They are one of our Big 12 conference members. Currently in third place. The Irish are in second place at 5-0 in the conference. Normal Community holding the top spot at 7-0. We should be looking at a good tilt here. The Irish are coming off a easy victory. There's no other way to say it, against Peoria High Lady Lions yesterday, 9-0. All the goals, I think, coming in the first half. So what are we looking for here? I'm Rob Kenny. I'm joined by Coach Mike Bear. Coach, what are we looking for here after basically a walkover yesterday? What do you look for the first 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're looking for a team that's going to challenge you a little bit. I think this is the type of team that is going to make you work a little bit. I think we saw that in the JV game here tonight. I think the JV team ended up winning 8-0, but it wasn't an easy 8-0. It was a team that was putting up a fight and making everything difficult. I think that's what you're going to see from this varsity team from Champaign Central.
All right, the Irish opened with possession. They've had the ball in their own offensive half here for the first 30 seconds here.
Yeah, and you kind of see here from Champaign Central, it looks like they got a lot of numbers dropped behind the ball, maybe keeping one player high and looking to play off the counterattack. Looks like out of some kind of 4-3-3 system with a high target forward. So, I think Notre Dame just needs to do a good job of keeping the ball and shifting the defense and making them work and see as the spaces develop to get on the attack.
Champaign Central makes their first foray into the Irish defensive half. Get a throw in. The Irish win that one off the foot of Abby Soka. The ball finds Abby Soka's foot a lot.
Yeah, and you can see right there, I mean, that's just a situation. You just can't turn the ball over there in your defensive half of the field, because that's what Champaign Central wants, to get off on the counter. So nice job here. Scurry getting in deep.
Oh, good tackle. Tackle by.
Getting early here, just a couple unforced mistakes. Just need to keep the ball and settle down and move it. And that's a lot better there from Horst, just connecting the easy pass and starting to shift the defense a little bit here.
It was a good run by Scurry. It's nice to see that. She's, obviously you can see if you're watching the game with us, that she's got her thigh wrap for about the, 7th game in a row, but she showed a burst of speed there. Maya Wardle now taking the ball on the right, crossing one over. Falls to Tegan Timmerman. Tegan puts in a left-footed shot over the bar.
Yeah, and Maya did a great job there just getting down the wing and getting the ball in the box. I think, one of the things we've seen throughout the year so far, and I know Coach Blackford mentions it a lot, is when Maya's getting down the wing, I think we just need a little bit more support in the box. And Tegan did a good job there, kind of joining late, getting top of the box, and being there to kind of get a shot on target.
Yeah, I like the fact she one-timed it. She actually had time. But more often than not, you're better off one-timing it there, not giving the defense time to react.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, the Irish trying desperately to win that free kick, or that goal kick.
One thing you see here from Champaign Central, too, they definitely got some size and it looks like some athleticism out there. I know you mentioned, Rob, you saw a lot of these girls playing the volleyball game.
Yeah, there's some athletes out here.
There's some athletes out here. So, like I said, this team's not going to roll over, and you're going to have to work. You're going to have to do things the right way to break them down.
Yeah. Cricket Wagner, number 8. Playing either the midfield or up top. Her sister Kat. Got a very athletic goalkeeper, Meg Rosso, number 44. Hopefully we'll get to see some of her athleticism in action by peppering her goal with some on-frame shots. I know.
Yeah, you don't want to see that ball bounce in there.
Yeah, neither team does.
Yeah.
But it bounces for Champaign Central's way. Number 14, Bella Ortiz, tried to squeeze off a shot from just outside the box, or across at least. Ellen Dahlquist, though, who has been deputized into duty with the Lily Blackford foot injury. Lily's still wearing her boot. I won't see her until the postseason at the start.
Yeah, looks like we got an injured player there on the far side. Trainer is waiting to come on here.
Didn't see what happened. The referee called the time there.
Yeah, you know, just to be honest, I think we look just a little bit flat right now. You know, we've had a lot of games in a short period of time, and I know there's a big game tomorrow with Geneseo. I don't know if maybe we're looking past this game a little bit and looking forward to Geneseo, but, you know, we got to take care of business tonight and start moving the ball and come out with a little bit more energy.
Yeah, we'll talk about Geneseo a little bit more in the second half as this game goes on, because we'll be seeing them in the postseason. Certainly they're in our postseason stew. Don't want to make any promises about who's going to win what. But this is a conference game here. We have a chance for the conference championship. Our last game of the year, the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, is against Normal Community. Normal Community is 7-0. They will probably come in undefeated. We have to come into that game undefeated too and get a result. So there's no overlooking anybody in this conference.
That's right. It's a good conference for soccer. I know on the boys' side, I mean, there's not many games you can walk into and just expect to get a result. You got to show up every night. You know, Champaign Central on the boys' side is a very good team. There we go. Maya should be able to get the goal here if she just.
Maya's taking it straight. Her second touch, her third touch is a shot. She scuffed it off the outside of her foot. She didn't make the contact she wanted to there.
She did the right thing, though, and I like there from Maya. Yep. She didn't, you know, go straight down the line. She kind of cut in towards the near post, and, you know, that's one thing I coach her in club, and that's one thing I've been talking to her about is just getting your body in front of the defender, where the only thing the defender can do is come through you, you know, and foul you in the box, and you'll take that any day of the week. And then, you know, having some composure when you get closer to the goal and just picking out your corner.
Yeah, with her speed, she's going to be able to get her shoulder past almost everybody she plays against. Lucy Burkett takes a nice pass from Jenna Horst, and Lucy throws a great ball right across the goal mouth there. There was nobody on the far side, nobody on the far post.
That's right. It looks like Maya got caught in a little bit there.
Yeah,
and
she got tucked in the inside.
Lucy got kind of caught in as well. You heard Coach Ralph maybe on the broadcast yelling for Lucy to start a little bit wider. You want to stretch them out, open up the spaces. That'll give a little bit of space for Scurry to make some channeled runs, and then also some opportunities for Lucy to maybe take players on out here in the spaces out wide. I want to see us try to win a ball in the air here. I've seen too many balls bouncing.
You're studying at the Coach Matt Blackford School of Broadcasting. Obviously, that is his pet peeve so far this season.
Well, that was one of our big problems in the spring with our boys, too. It's, you know, getting on the end of those first and second balls is huge in soccer.
Yeah, it is huge. Saves you 15, 20 yards.
Absolutely
every time. Oh,
well done from Jane.
And Gears throws one out there to Tegan Timmerman. Timmerman's making a run to the outside. Jane played on the inside channel, but it still forces a clearance, kind of a panicky clearance from
I mean, take a look
Champaign.
Right now at Champaign. I think they got 11 players behind the ball.
Yeah.
And that's where, again, you're going to have to join more players from Notre Dame into the attack. Otherwise, we're just outnumbered around the box. Yeah, so we're going to have to get one of those defensive mids up there in the attack a little bit more.
Yeah, and we're not spreading them out by going touchline to touchline.
That's it. And you
whenever
see there,
we're weak side.
Yeah, there you see there we turn the ball over, and it sets them up for the counter, which is exactly what they want to do.
And we need Lucy's being pulled in again here, which is making it easy for Champaign to get everybody behind the box, get everybody into that middle third of the
look at the 18
field.
right now. Look at the 18 right now. It's packed with white players.
Yes,
we need some more blue in the box.
Looks like we're taking a penalty or a corner kick, but we're not. All right, Jane's going to try one from outside the box.
That's it.
Or Jenna Horst, I'm sorry. 18 and 19. Sorry about that, folks. Jenna cracks off a left-footed shot, goes outside of the offensive left post.
Yeah, and from a coaching perspective, that's one of the ways to beat a system that's kind of packed in is to find those shots from distance. You know, you look at for maybe a redirection, maybe an own goal off taking a shot from outside the box. So if they're going to pack deep, sometimes you got to just take those chances from out.
If you're going to start putting those on frame, your goalie is going to start yelling at her defenders to close down that space.
Right.
And that is going to create space behind them eventually. And that will pay off. All right, we're 7 minutes in here. I agree with you. We're a little flat, a little disjointed. I think if you ask Champaign Central, they'd say they'd be happy with these first 7 minutes.
Yeah. Ooh, that's
and there's one in from Kaylee Carew. Or is that?
It looks like Kaylee.
It was Kaylee Carew. Kaylee loves that spot about 25, 26 yards out, right on the elbow, right on the 90-degree outside of the box.
That's a difficult shot, too. It's coming off somewhat of like a half volley.
Yeah.
She had to take it off the bounce. You see the replay there. And, you know, in girls soccer, those shots that come high, it's a difficult one for goalkeepers. You see a lot of goals in girls soccer coming on high shots from out. And the goalie was right there. It just happened to drop right underneath the bar.
She was on her line. She did everything right. She had her angles right. She was squared up. But it's not just girls. I always tell people that try to jump when you're even just walking backwards.
Yeah,
you get about 4 centimeters off the ground. Any higher than that, you're probably going to fall. You cannot jump when you're backpedaling.
It's true.
I don't care what sort of athlete you are, boy, girl, whether you're playing in the Premier League or whether you're playing on parochial league here in Peoria. You cannot jump when you're going backwards.
Well, hopefully this kind of just settles down a little bit, you know. Maybe takes a little bit of the wind out of their sails from Champaign Central, and maybe we can just get the ball and just start moving it. Just move the ball quickly, play simple soccer, start shifting the defense, and the spaces will open up.
I think it's average the 1-0 lead here as we go under 32 minutes. On a wonder strike, a beautifully struck ball by Kaylee Carew, about 25 yards from the right side, outside of the box. I just expect to see. I don't know if Kaylee's made a free kick goal. She scored one off there, but I would not be surprised before the end of the season. Hopefully sometime in the playoff.
Great overlapping run here from Tegan. Man, she made that run. She probably sprinted 50 yards to make that overlapping run around Maya.
Yeah, Maya.
And making a sprinting run around Maya is not an easy task.
Right. That's right. It's hard to see the front of Maya's jersey when you're running behind her. Maya recognized it well, though. Played the ball out there, earned the good job by the defense at Central. They played it out and give themselves some time to get behind the ball.
She threw an F-bomb at the other player.
Oh. Verbal warning. I did not see a yellow card come out. Did you, Coach? Oh, okay. A yellow card did come out. So we have verbal abuse.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that's tough. I mean,
it happens. We're not going to say her name because she doesn't need to be.
Yeah, no, it happens. And sometimes you're not even directing it at anybody. You just say it. But the way the rules are written, if the referee hears certain words, it's just an automatic yellow card. So just unfortunate there. She got to come out. Hopefully she kind of gets her head back together there and can kind of get back in and contribute for a team.
Yeah. You never want to hear it, but it's because she's a competitor.
That's right.
All right, we'll see what this does to Champaign Central. Play a nice ball out here, number 17 running on it.
Good job by Jane just knocking the ball out, let us get settled, stop the counterattack. It's one of the things, a team that wants to play off the counter, sometimes you got to stop the counterattack, and you can do that in a lot of different ways, but just get your numbers back and prevent them from getting to goal.
Right, even that throw-in fell, Coach.
Yeah, I know. There's been a lot of bouncing balls.
3 people.
Yeah.
4 if you count the Champaign Central.
Kind of going back to what I'm saying, I mean, in the boys' season, we just saw a lot of our guys just struggle to win the ball in the air. We like to try to win it with our head. You don't see that quite as much on the girls' side, but you just try to tell them, hey, just make the ball go back the direction it came from.
Yeah.
Don't let it bounce. It's a terrible thing for a defender to be backpedaling, dealing with a bouncing ball.
Yeah. You were at the disadvantage for sure. Addie Jeanette gets her first touch of the game there. Rolls it out. I'm a proponent of more rollout in a high school game, boys and girls side. We had one. Lucas Fontana was pretty good at it.
He was.
A couple years back. But Addie definitely could be. It could be a weapon in her game. She's strong enough, smart enough that she eventually will be able to do that side throw out there, 25, 30 yards, I think.
Well, a lot of it is about the maybe even catching the other team kind of off guard.
Yeah.
You know, the keeper grabs it. If you come out, take a look, and quickly distribute, sometimes you catch them sleeping.
Yeah. Of course, their targets have to be aware of that too, and they have to spread out. Got to get to the touch lines. Got to give her give her some opportunities.
It looks like Claire Gerard's coming in for Horse, kind of filling in at that defensive midfielder position. You always know where Claire is with those yellow shoes.
That's right. We'll say her name an awful lot of things other than her shoes, too. I imagine she put in a full shift during the JV game.
She did. Yeah, we only had 11 today, so I think everybody that played put in a full shift.
Claire played a lot of JV and varsity volleyball, too. So she's not unafraid of putting in a double shift. All right.
So you can see here when we get the ball at the back, there's not a lot of pressure from Champaign Central, so it's all about just moving the ball quickly, and then you'll create the space like for here for Claire to drive forward.
Yeah, good ball. Claire, just first touch just eluded her. They're a little forward, or a little central-minded right now, trying to take it up the middle. I wish we could go. We have all this room out on the left side. And if we start putting the balls out there and making our left mids and our left forwards run onto it, they'll eventually get the idea that maybe I should start out here.
That's right. I think you even see right now Lucy's kind of in somewhat tight on the defender and kind of maybe just wanted her to start that run a little bit wider.
Yeah.
It looks like she might have been off, but maybe not.
We'll see. They'll let the game go. Maya looking like she was trying to cross that one. Maya gets it back, though. This flag never did go up, so she was on.
And we'll take it.
Yes, we will. He knows better than me. Claire's.
It's a great shot.
Oh, that made it went off the outside of the post.
So one thing about Claire, she's another one of the ones I coach in the offseason, and she's got a great shot with both feet. You've seen her take a lot of shots with her left foot from distance, and it has something behind it.
Yeah. We have a lot of girls who, Matt and I were talking about what the actual, I should have looked it up, the actual word for being able to use both of your feet with the same amount of force and dexterity. It's not ambidextrous, that's your hands. We came up with ambifooterous, which I really don't think is it.
We'll use it.
I'll have to look that up. But we have a lot of girls that are that way. We were talking about Keegan specifically, or Tegan specifically, but we have a lot of girls who are just as dangerous with their left foot as they are their right foot.
Another one of my girls right here, Ellen. I love Ellen's explosiveness.
Yeah.
You saw her just took off there. She's so quick with that burst of speed, and playing at that wide back, it's a weapon because sometimes you don't expect that right back to come flying down the wing like she does.
Yeah, Ellen was playing time really picked up when we had the defensive injuries, when we lost Kayla Piper, and then we lost, and then the next day practically we lost Lily Blackford. And it has not phased her. She stepped in as if they were replacing her instead of the other way around. She even scored a goal yesterday.
Yeah.
Like that. So using some of that pace.
Scored a great
using
goal.
some of that power.
Looks like we got Casey Rogers coming in up at the point, replacing Scurry, and Celine Schick replacing Lucy Burkett here at the left wing. So we'll see if we can get some stuff going with the substitutions. Yeah. Each of them bring a little bit different than the person that they're replacing. Casey brings a little more athleticism, not nearly as much experience, but a little more athleticism than Laura, or than Lauren. Maybe not quite as skilled at finishing as Lauren. And Celine brings a never-ending motor. Not that Lucy doesn't have one, but Celine is just annoying on the left side. And she's really taken advantage of some increased playing time here in the last 3 or 4 games. Celine has. Scored a goal and had an assist, I think, yesterday, too, like that. And she's been way more effective on the left side here than on the right side. Yeah, you saw there a minute ago, we turned the ball again over in our defensive half of the field. I think that's one of the things that coaches might talk to them at halftime is, hey, we can't be turning the ball over like that, giving it away off the dribble or off our pass in our own half of the field. You want to really take care of it in your half, especially when they're not applying a lot of pressure there. Yeah. And then take some more chances when you get down in the final third. Celine here, I think she's a right-footed player. Yes. And, playing that left wing, sometimes it's called like an off-winger, where they play out on their opposite foot and can cut into their strong foot and can become dangerous. I know that most of the dangerous crosses she's put in have been on her left foot. She's, nice and low, hopping that 4 yards or so out from the goal line where the goalie really can't come out to get it. But the defender thinks maybe the goalie's going to come out to get it, and so they let it go. Tell you what, we're 15 minutes into the game. It's a 1-0 game, and Central's threatening here. Yeah. So again, we gotta keep playing, gotta keep putting in the shift here. And we scored on sort of an unexpected shot off there by a lot.
Yep.
Just lost her awareness there, and that's one of those things too. I mean, she was trying to play in between the backs, You know, you're playing in between those backs. Sometimes you lose sight of the line.
Yeah.
The offsides line. You know, if you're playing wider and looking across the line, it's much easier to see, and you keep creeping forward, and you find yourself in an offsides position.
You're playing off the old line. No, this is the best sort of sustained pressure offensively that Champaign has put on us yet here in the last 90 seconds, 120 seconds or so. When you're talking about us giving the ball away like that, when you know they're obviously a counterattacking team. At least they are this game with the number of people they're putting behind the ball. When you give the ball away in your own defensive half, you have done 40% of their job for them already. They don't have to do that.
That's right. And you know, when it's a 1-0 game, anything can happen. You know, someone falls down, and you know, it's again, you just don't want to be giving them opportunities. Here's a throw in deep. An opportunity to maybe get a corner or a ball into the box. Yeah,
well, that throw-in came out because we did not win the direct kick that came from the offsides. We pretty much rolled down there, and Ellen had to put it out.
Looks like they're running over 23. What's her name? Looks like Kinsley out there must have a long throw here. They brought her kind of from the midfielder to the back line to come over and take that throw.
Tegan is the first of that ball when it goes out of bounds.
And one thing I'm noticing, Rob, it just feels kind of not a lot of energy there. You don't hear much talk.
No.
You don't hear much excitement.
No, from the bench or the players.
From the bench or the players right now. It just kind of feels a little bit flat. And again, going back to what we talked about earlier, a lot of games in a short period of time. Big game tomorrow, you know.
Ellie Bear coming on.
See if Ellie can come in and just give a little spark maybe.
Going to take over the little midfield position for Kaylee Carew.
Yeah, you're hearing from the bench right now. They're talking about that energy, you know.
They feel it.
That's a good goal kick from Maddie there. It struck well. Sounded solid coming off her foot.
Yeah.
Again, though, we don't win the ball.
No. The first touch was a central touch. Well,
Central's starting to press their line pretty high, and so there might be some opportunities here. Their goalkeeper's very deep, back at her 6, so there might be some opportunity. Celine's really holding her shape out here.
Yeah.
On the left side.
I'm pretty sure she was probably instructed to do that.
And I'll tell you what, it opened up the space for Casey to make that run.
Casey is just as athletic as anyone on the field.
And Ellie's got some space here potentially if she can get there.
Yeah, in a bad angle that ball. She had a lot further to go than it looked like.
But we just talked about it. I mean, Celine holds that shape wide, that draws the defender out.
She's outside of the box,
and then it allows Casey to make that channeled run between the wide back and the center back, and Bout got a great chance out of it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the defender just turned around 17, looked at her, and now she's starting to drift a little bit, but she's going to have a free run.
Wow, great ball from Maya. And, you know, you saw Casey there kind of trying to first-time volley out. It's a difficult ball to finish, but she got something on it.
Didn't make the contact on it she wanted, but she followed up on it, made the keeper have to make dual saves.
Let's see here. We're going to see this bounce. That's good. Now, the only thing there, got another little problem, right? So we've been seeing balls hit the ground, and then we had 2 players go for the same ball. So I guess it's a step in the right direction.
Of course, yeah. That counts as 2 wins. I don't think that's how the stats work. We'll have to look at Casey. She came out of that limping a little bit. She rolled her ankle against Danville and has had it taped since then.
Good touch from Celine. Good Celine.
That's a very nice ball. Good
I'll tell you what, it starts with Celine's first touch. It's a fantastic first touch to bring that down and play a simple pass.
Yeah, it's a good job of the Irish pressure to get that ball back. Celine did her defensive shift there really well.
It's a great find from Claire to allow them to switch the field.
I like that, too.
Yep.
Holding that, not just turning around. Yeah, there was no square ball there.
Look how high and flat the line is from Central.
Yeah.
Again, it's...
Goalie's coming out. She's not going to be able to play with her hands, though. She does a smart job.
But you saw there, that wasn't even a great ball from us in behind, but still a threat because their keeper is deep and they're playing a high, flat line. As long as we stay on side, it's like you err on the side of caution. Be a step or 2 on side, time the run, and you're going to be into goal.
Yeah, when you got 15, 20 yards to run on, you can afford to give up that half yard.
You just want to see Casey here moving a little bit more. She's very stagnant. You want to start making a little bit more of a diagonal run instead of just waiting for the ball to be played. Yeah. You know, instead of reacting to the pass, you want to anticipate the pass.
Nice.
Here we go, Ellen.
Down the middle now.
We got numbers.
Ellen puts one across. Oh.
Yeah. Ellen's getting very involved on that right flank.
She is. That's nice. Yeah,
Second ball.
You can bring that sort of pace from your defensive line back.
Hit it. Hit it.
Casey
That's
puts
good.
one over just over the bar, probably not more than a foot, 14 inches over.
I don't know, it feels like the last couple minutes, it feels like got a little bit more energy coming here. We're moving the ball. We look dangerous.
I thought it would come sooner. I thought it would come right after the goal, but
again, we're over 20 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
It's 1-0. You know, so
yeah.
I think you were looking at some of the score lines. I know they've had a few lopsided losses, maybe, but they've also had some nice lopsided wins.
Yeah, they have. They had
4-1-1 in the conference, I think you said.
Yeah, good. I think it was a 4-0 win over St. Thomas More. I know that's a 1-0 team, but Notre Dame alum down there, James Johnson, has a really good program.
A lot of space there. You tighten up the lines a little bit. So Teagan have to cover a lot of ground, and
Sometimes maybe we depend on Teagan being able to do that too much.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a simple coaching concept is when you have the ball, you want to make it big. When you lose the ball, you want to tighten it up. And I think you saw our backs were kind of deep. Defensive mids are kind of back, and our forwards are high. So it leaves a ton of space for Teagan to have to cover by herself.
Yeah. He's coach called the accordion. You want the accordion out when you're on offense. You want the accordion in when you're on defense.
Maya getting a little break here. Maybe a little well-deserved break.
Trying to see who we moved over there. Is that?
Looks like, Ellen's. No, who is that? That's Lucy, I think, out wide.
Okay,
on the
Lucy
right
came
now.
back in.
Yep.
Kept Celine in. Is Casey taking the ball left? He's going to force a corner kick.
You know, there you saw a situation where Casey came wide. And, again, we talk about getting numbers in the box. I think we only had one in the box, Lucy coming in on the back post. So it's one of those things when you see your center forward drift wide, you got to have a central player kind of fill that middle role. See how we do in this corner here if we can like we may be going out to look for something short potentially. Or maybe Ellie's going to take it.
Going to have Ellie take it. Ellie put in a couple nice ones yesterday.
Yeah, decent ball here.
That one falls. See if we're able to. Oh. Casey really couldn't. The ball came to her kind of unexpectedly. Really couldn't clear it from her feet. She did the right thing. She put it on. You never know what's going to happen.
Nice move from Lucy.
Puts it high.
Well done by the goalkeeper.
Well done.
It's an athletic play to get up there high and hold it and not spill it as well.
Yeah, we said she looks the part, and that's she's made a few athletic plays where. Oh, nice punt too.
There we go. It's a great win from Abby Soka.
Using her thigh.
Now we just need to get it down and just play a simple pass. That's good. And move it again. Yeah, Ellen just doing a great job down that right wing.
Feeling it down there, yeah. I think they're a little bit surprised at that amount of speed playing along our back line.
It's right there, Ellie, just being aggressive, trying to make a play, and, you know, it's far away from our goal. That's okay. You take a chance.
Yeah. Coach Blackford was talking yesterday. If you don't win the fouls, you probably haven't played a good game.
That's it. So again, here's another 50-50 ball.
Yeah, you're not going in for 50-50 balls. It means you're not trying to win 50-50 balls. It means you're not pressing to get the ball back. Right there, she won that one. That's about 4 of the last 5 of the last 6.
Yeah, I've seen a little change, like the last 5 minutes. It just seems like we're getting some control. Good ball from Ellie. We're able to turn. Tegan's able to attack the back line.
Tegan's got. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, for me there, Tegan's a good player. I say take her on. Get to goal. You know, I think there was some space to the left just to go at her. I mean, it's a tight pass to play it into Casey. You're coming into the 18. And, again, for me, I just look for Tegan to maybe be a little bit more selfish there.
Yeah. Tough to make an unselfish player selfish.
It is. I think we've got a lot of unselfish players.
We do have
you know, sometimes
we do.
You need someone to take charge and get it in the back of the net. You know, that's one of our things. I think we've controlled a lot of the games we've had this season.
Beautiful ball.
It's a great ball. We've controlled a lot of the games. We've had a lot of the ball. You know, we're winning the field position battle. And we're just, you know, in some of the big games, just coming up a little short in the final third. The final pass, the final shot,
final
just
touch.
not getting the goal, you know, that we deserve from what we're doing in the run of play.
Yep, absolutely.
I think that Dunlap game, we score 1 goal. It's off a penalty kick.
Yeah.
Right? We don't score in the run of play. The Morton game, I think we scored very late in the game. I just think we deserve to score more goals the way we're playing.
Yeah. We only scored, 3 against Richwoods, a team we dominated?
That's right. And it took us a while.
It took us a while,
it was really close at half. Might have been like a 1-0 game.
I think all 3 goals were scored in the last 10 minutes of the first or second half. Unfortunately, the numbers on the scoreboard are the ones that count.
That's right. And we've had a lot of talks with my teams about that.
Time immemorial.
Sometimes you play great and lose, and sometimes you play terrible and win, and I'd rather play terrible and win.
Yep.
It's up to me. And you're not always going to play your best game, and that's something you got to learn as a player and as a team. You're not always going to be at your best. But there's that competitive factor of finding a way to win games. Can't let her turn there. I think Jane could have done a little better job of just staying in her back. We do win the throw there, though. Ooh. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Gives up to Casey. Casey throws it out there.
It's a good idea.
Very good idea.
Just a little bit too much on
it,
but it's the right idea.
A little too direct.
Look to turn and switch the point quickly.
Yeah.
Got Scurry and Maya coming back in. Let's see if it's been a good combination for us, too. You know, balls in from the right.
Yep.
It looks like Maya's going to play it on the left here. We'll see what she can do out here. But Scurry does a good job of finishing. That's, I think, one of her biggest strengths is she strikes the ball well around the goal.
Yeah, she had a miraculous finish yesterday for her goal.
Yeah, good win from Ellie. It looks like the player that took the goal keep was super deep. Kind of able to clean it up there. Great job by Ellen just staying in her back, not letting her turn.
You know, I like playing Maya out on the left sometimes like that. When she's on the right, we're kind of right dominated anyway. I mean, right-footed when you're playing with your back to the basket, it's much easier to play the ball out to your left, but it's the right side of the stuff. And, you know, we tend to look for Maya because of what she can do and how fast she is. She's always beating her person and getting to the end line or getting to the near post. If we play out to the left, it makes us think about the left, I think, sometimes.
No, that's true. I agree with that. We do play mostly down the right, and probably a lot of it is because she's out there as well. But also, too, I wouldn't mind seeing Maya here or there, maybe even at that point forward, just because with her pace, she's able a lot of times to beat players, but out on the right wing, a lot of times she's not in a scoring position. If she's at the point, she can use that pace, and she's getting right to goal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Ralph maybe at some point maybe give her an opportunity up there. If you're struggling to score goals, maybe trying a couple different things to see if you can generate some more goals. You
have less opportunities to be unselfish if you're playing center.
That's right. And Maya, I'll tell you what, I obviously know her really well. I've seen her play basketball as well, and she can score in basketball, but her probably biggest strength is her distribution and her vision. I got to come to it there. The coaches are a little upset, thought maybe there was an arm raised against Maya.
Yeah. They're probably right. But they're doing what people are learning they're going to have to do. You're going to have to body Maya up right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
While she's a freshman, because you're not going to be able to do it when she's a junior, maybe not even next year.
You're absolutely right. And I think teams are going to, sometimes if you're less skilled, one of the ways to neutralize the game is with a little bit of physicality.
Yep.
I look at that Dunlap game the other night. Oh, that might have been something there at the edge of the box. Yeah, I did. I kind of do agree there. I thought that probably was a foul.
Yeah. Lucy definitely had that girls in the blender.
But, it's that physicality. That Dunlap game I was mentioning the other day, I thought the game, it started to get emotional and it started to get physical, and the game kind of became more of a back-and-forth game, which is not really what we want. We want to get the ball down and control it, and Dunlap wanted to kind of stretch us back and forth with some of their better athletes.
We had a yellow card being given to the Notre Dame bench.
Look at me. I hear nothing. Zero from you. Zero. I got you.
Yellow card given to Notre Dame bench for that's why the clock is stopped at 11:13 with the Irish up 1-0 against Champaign Central. Katie Carew, the goal scorer, coming into the game, giving Ellie Bear a rest. Ellie put in a really good shift, threw in a bunch of nice corner kicks. And the Irish were registering their displeasure. Just like you said, it's okay to have fouls. It's okay. Okay for the bench to get a yellow card. Not so much for the player.
Oh,
Kaylee cracks off another one right at the top of the D.
I mean, she struck it really well. I mean, I think looking back at that, she was leaning back, and we talk about just technique. You're leaning back. You're generally going to lift the ball in the air, and a lot of times that's going to sail over the goal. So you prefer to kind of drive through the ball, stay over the ball, keep it on target. But, again, it's a good shot. It's a good look. She's looking to score. I like that.
Yeah, she can definitely score from there. That's 7 yards closer than where she scored 20 minutes ago.
And speaking of our officials, got Chad Clifton in the middle tonight. You know, Bradley great, Bradley legend, also a Bergen alum.
Bergen alum, yeah, the first, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm sure that's right, the first all-state selection from the Peoria area back when they stopped looking just at around St. Louis and Granite City and Chicago area and realized we could play some soccer here.
That's right. Yeah, he was a heck of a player. I remember playing him when I was in high school, and playing against him and you know, even like men's league games. And I'll tell you what, as he got older, he didn't get less competitive. I can tell you that much. He was an animal, and he was competitive, and he wanted to win, and he wanted to score goals, and he did.
Yes.
Bradley Hall of Famer, I think, as well.
Yes, he is.
And,
absolutely.
If
I
may be mistaken, but I think he might have gone into the Peoria Sports Hall of Fame, maybe? Or maybe just the Bradley so far, but I know he's in contention for that as well.
In the first generation of soccer, not players, I mean, we had the Joe Speezes and the Yami Johns and stuff like that, but in the first generation of players who grew up, Peoria natives who grew up playing the game as a first choice.
Yeah.
And Chad was also a really good basketball player.
That's right.
Claire, it was a nice shot.
Tell you what, a great ball from Jenna Horst there on that diagonal, playing in behind the defender. And Lucy almost got on the end of that. Good pressure from Claire. Good ball out wide. See if we can get a ball into the box here.
Maya, it's a good job. Takes her marker on. Gets a ball, falls to Claire. See if Claire do it with her left. Gets that one blocked. Maya throws up. Well, the Irish put a lot of pressure on there. Didn't technically get a shot on frame.
Here we go. Ellen again down the wing. She's going to put a ball in the box.
The Irish
We've got numbers
in
there.
The box.
You know, I mean, we do got 3 in there, but if you look, they got 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah. Plus the goalie.
Plus the goalie. So, yeah, 9 behind the ball, 9 around the 18.
Oh.
It's a good job. Kaylee going for a second goal there. Just missed wide.
Well, and she was on top of that ball, too. She had plant footer right next to the ball. Put her just wide past the far post.
And we were talking about that. I mean, sometimes it's not about how hard you strike the ball. It's more about the placement.
Yeah.
If you can take a little bit off and place it into a corner, I mean, low and pretty hard is going to score you a lot of goals.
We were joking her the game. Handball there? Oh, no.
Yeah, he's going to say ball to hand, that it was her arm was in close to her body, not in an unnatural position, so he didn't call the handball. See a lot of officials just call that right away, but, you know, he explained it real quick. But again, here you go. We've got 10 to almost 11 players behind the ball now. And again, if you're going to break this down, you got to move the ball quickly.
Yeah, because they have no.
You got to move off the ball and you got to move the ball, right? I mean, if you're not doing those couple things, it's going to be tough to break that many players down. You know, and you were talking about it. I don't know if this is traditionally how Champaign Central plays, but they probably came into the game knowing they might be a little bit of the lesser team, having already played normal community. And so you got to come under the game plan, and they've done a really great job of limiting our quality chances so far.
They're executing it. You don't see their 9 or their 10, you know, in soccer parlance, leaking out. They're putting in a defensive shift. I mean, there are times when there's nobody within 20 yards of the midfield stripe.
So you're just I'm looking now at our front 3 and our attacking mid, and just, to me, there just needs to be more movement. You know, they're all kind of just standing around, and when a teammate has the ball, we need to be moving and supporting and checking and making diagonal runs and calling for the ball. And that's the only way you're going to break down a bank of players like Champaign Central has right now.
Yeah, it is absolutely a bank. All right, 6.5 minutes. Irish up 1-0. No longer riding the momentum of a fairly early goal from Kaylee Carew, but they're riding them.
There's that turnover again in our half.
Yeah, did
and
the
it
work
sets
for
up
them.
the counter, and they got 3 there. Good recovery by Ellen. And I think that's about the 4th time we've given it away and set up just a little half chance for opportunity. And right there, you know, we get the ball deep. They get the ball deep with a deep throw.
Yep, it looks like they don't have not going to have their deep thrower take this one.
Well, I think it's 23 over here. She's got her hands on her hips. She probably doesn't want to run all the way across the field to take that throw right now.
It's only 50 yards. What are you talking about, Coach?
I don't blame her. She probably did it last time and then realized she had to get all the way back to her position.
She was probably happy that wasn't closer to the box. She's like, oh, good.
Yeah, I think Champaign Central will be happy. We got a little over 5 minutes left in the half. I think they're going to be thrilled to get into the halftime 1-0.
Yeah.
And you look at the goal we scored. Great little run by Maya. Kind of looked away from it. She would have been onside. The wide back here, 23, dropped deep of their line and would have kept Maya on. Another diagonal run from Maya. Just couldn't quite break through that bank of 5-6 players in the middle of the field. There's not a lot of gaps. And again, we talked about it. That's why you have to spread out because the spaces just aren't there.
Yeah. Sometimes it looks like they're taking their team photo during the game. They're all bunched up back there together. Here's the starting 11.
See, and I don't blame the player there. That's a great job. I can't tell her number. It's a long way away from me. But, you take a chance there. You get called for the foul, but now they're 110 yards away from your goal. It's not a big deal. And maybe they don't call it against you, and you're dribbling into the opponent box.
Yeah.
A little push in the back there. Maybe could have been called for a foul. It's a no call, and we move on. Like I told you, Champaign Central, they don't back down. I mean, these girls compete, and that ball's going to stay in.
All right, this is where Maya speeds.
Now you can see her. We only got one with her. She's going to have to do it by herself. Okay, Tegan's joining late.
Oh, Tegan puts her left foot, side foots it, but balloons it up. Looked more like a field goal attempt than a shot on goal.
We talk about sometimes that one-timers are great. I think she had an opportunity maybe to settle it, put it on her right foot, take a touch towards goal, and have her finish from there. But a nice job. I don't know who played that ball down the wing, but stayed in bounds, and Maya was able to get in the box. She had nice composure and found a pass.
Yeah, I don't want to guess. I'd probably say Jane Gears probably. Yeah. The pass came straight down the left. When we're talking about, making poor jokes about looks like they're taking their team photo, we're not criticizing Champaign. So they're doing exactly. The game is 1-0 with 3.5 minutes.
They're right where they want to be.
They're executing their game plan.
Gonna call her. Oh.
All right, Cannon Carew got bundled over, winning that header.
I'll tell you what, she's tough though.
Oh yeah.
And she's gonna try to not come off the field right now. And if the referee doesn't stop that, I don't know if she's coming out.
That's right.
She's a tough girl.
You can see her sister Kenna shaking her head right now and going, "Oh, you wimp." It is as tough as they come. Hard to play this game when you can't breathe.
Yeah, I like it. We had some situations in the spring. We had a lot of guys on our team going down on the field, and we told our trainer, hang with us a little bit more. Make these guys get up and be tough. That's part of the game. You're going to get knocks, and I think coaches always talk about the difference between being hurt and being injured, and you got to know the difference. If you're really injured, we'll come get you. If you're hurt, get up.
Coach Driscoll's most common phrase is "Don't go down."
That's right.
The last 4 games. All right, Lauren Scurry standing over this free kick, puts it up there. And I tell you what, tough from our angle, but
I don't think it was that far off.
No, I don't think
whipped away at the end.
I like the idea. Less than 3.5 minutes.
She's got a strong, and
she can do it.
Yeah, she can absolutely get it there, and it came with a lot of weight behind it. Just unfortunately didn't get it on target.
No, see, the Irish can't seal it in here.
We're winning a lot of balls now, and that's a great win with her head there from Claire Gerard. Been impressed with Tegan. I think she's putting in a good shift tonight. She seems to kind of be everywhere. She's become a factor in the game. She's, from that attacking midfielder position, she's getting herself up to the box, in and around the box, and she's created some chances.
Yeah,
so
she would be disappointed because she's had 2 chances that she would think she's at least got to put on frame, and she'll make up for it. Oh, two in the rain. Tegan read that very well. Saw that Lauren had come back, so she switched with her.
You know what? This is really great for our girls, to see something like this because, you may see something like this in the postseason, a team that's well organized, that makes it difficult, and, having this game, the coaches are going to be able to look back at the film and review it with the girls and show them how to beat something like this.
Yep. Yeah, Champaign Central is running. If this is their philosophy, and there's no reason to think it isn't, at least for this game, they're sticking to it. They're playing it well. The girls are adhering to the principles of playing like this.
And sometimes, too, like we talked about, you give up that goal, and it was somewhat early in the game. I'm not sure how far it was into the game, but sometimes, you come out of it, because you think, oh, we already gave up the goal.
No,
but
you're chasing the game.
They stuck with it, and they said, you know what, we're okay. We're only down a goal. We're still one mistake, one chance away from tying this things up, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
They were well coached, and they're disciplined. I think it was about 8 minutes or so, because
Yeah.
I think we had just said it's 7 minutes and it's 0-0, and we have no energy and we haven't done anything, and then boom, we get it off a set piece.
Here we go, Ellen down the wing again, creating a lot of havoc
Into
down that wing.
Lucy's first touch was heavy. Ellen gets it back.
Can we switch the field quickly here? That's what we're looking for. Can we move it? Can we move it quickly? That's okay. Can get it out to
Countdown
Jane.
a minute. We got time.
And again, there's a situation where we start 15, 20 yards in, and there's not a lot of space there.
No.
You know, because not only are you dealing with the one that's guarding you, you're dealing with immediate help right behind.
There's a forest there. All right, the Irish are doing a good job, though, of keeping the ball in their offensive half, doing it ceiling. See if we can't.
Here comes the counter, and you just got to
Lock
stop
it
the
in.
counter. You got three players.
Yeah, nobody's.
You know,
one
even if you
going
got to
with
take
her.
a foul, you
Yeah.
just stop the counter.
We got one girl going with her. And that right there tells me that this is their philosophy coming into the game.
Yep.
Because generally 30 seconds to go.
You're going to send more, right?
Your last chance to score and like that. You know, offense always gives you more adrenaline than defense like that. You would have had 6 or 7 girls.
Here, I think, yeah. You know, sometimes too, a counter off their counter can be effective because they take a couple of those players out of the mix. We got 8 seconds here. See if we can get something in. We got to go.
Yeah, don't play it short. There you go.
This would be big, but doesn't look like we're going to get it. But, you know, you saw there, they pressed forward with a couple players. Tegan's able to pick up the ball, and we're able to quickly counter. So sometimes you can, you know, counter off their counter, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and
well,
sometimes the space is there because a couple of their players are caught out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we end this first half of a really entertaining game. 1-0 Irish on a goal from Kaylee Carew with about 8 minutes gone in the first half, and then a fine defensive effort from Champaign Central from that point on. Actually, from that up to that point too, they were making the Irish work, trying to frustrate us, trying to maybe tire us out. And we'll see what adjustments, because the Irish are going to have to make some adjustments in the second half, because there's no reason for Champaign Central to make any adjustments right now.
No, I wouldn't change
if we
it.
keep playing this. So we'll be back and see what those adjustments bring forth for the Irish in the second half of this game against Champaign Central. We'll see you in about 9.5 minutes of real time. All right, welcome back. Beginning of the second half of the Irish versus Peoria Notre Dame Lady Irish versus the Champaign Central Lady, whatever they are. I was going to say Maroons, but
I think you're right.
Is that right?
I think that's right.
Maroons, based on the color of their uniforms. And Irish are up 1-0. Got a goal within the first 10 minutes of the first half on a set piece. Direct kick from Kaylee Carew. Beautiful. And then the Irish had the run of the play if you're looking at possession statistics, but Champaign Central did what they wanted to do. They made the Irish pass the ball around, and not really get, maybe 2 shots on target after that. Ballooned a few shots, had some opportunities, but really were frustrated. And we're going to see the Irish need to make some adjustments.
Yeah, going into halftime, you saw some of the body language as the girls went to the bench. Just kind of looked down, a little bit dejected. So hopefully at halftime, Coach Ralph just kind of got them excited again. We're playing a varsity high school game at Notre Dame. Let's get excited to play.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful night.
It's a conference game.
It's a conference game. We got to win this game. And 1-0, we talked about it. You're one mistake, one lucky shot, one corner kick goal away from being tied. And you don't want to, just take a point out of this game.
No, you don't want to do that.
Especially with Normal Community.
Yeah.
We got to go into that game with Normal Community being undefeated with all wins.
Yeah. Dropping any points before that game would effectively mean we're in second place at the end of the season. All right, let's see what the Irish dial up here. It'll take a minute or two to settle into the game, I'm sure.
I think as you could expect, it doesn't look like Champaign Central has changed the game plan. It looks like
not playing 4 up top.
They got 10 behind the ball and 1 high player, and again, they were effective with it in the first half, and I think they will do that as long as the game is still in question here.
As long as they don't have to chase the game. I see no reason why they shouldn't. And the girls run this system very well. They're very disciplined. You can tell they've bought in.
You can see they got that stiff bank of 4 players with another bank of 4 in front of it. And it's almost like a 4-4-2 with a withdrawn forward and a high forward.
Yeah.
And they keep those banks of 4 real tight, so it's almost like, 2 tight banks of 4 making 8 players right there around the box. It's just tough to work through.
Yeah, there's just a whisper of space between the defense and the midfield.
And we kind of talked about it in the first half. From a coaching perspective, there's a couple ways to break that down. One way is to get wide and just start whipping balls into the box and put runners in there and attack those balls. Second way is to start to take some more shots from distance and anticipate rebounds and follow things up and look for deflections. I don't think we've done a really great job of either of those. We've had a couple shots from out, but obviously I think we could take more, and I think we'd do a better job of staying wide and getting more balls in the box. Time to turn here for Ellen. We want to attack.
All right. You're seeing a little more talking from the bench, a little more talking from the players out there. That's certainly something that should have been emphasized. I'm joking that it's a limp night here during the break. The weather is just sort of blah. It's nice, but there's no wind, there's no sun, there's no rain. There's clouds, but there's no threat of anything like that. There's just nothing. We don't have a big crowd. Champaign didn't travel well, and then why would you on a Friday night? We don't have a big student section, seniors.
Well, especially when they can watch our broadcast, right?
That's right. Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're all doing. They're having a big watch party at Memorial Stadium. A couple 100,000 people there, and wondering where Lovey Smith is. Hate to break the news to him.
He's not there.
Kaylee Carew has the ball in the middle.
Again, look at all those white bodies.
Yep.
There's 9 behind the ball and almost 10. It's just going to be difficult to break right through the middle of them, right? Especially with only having 1 forward up there. Again, you got to get around the ends, and you got to get balls into the box, and you got to get numbers up around the box.
Yeah, if we're gonna play through the middle, we're gonna have to start it way back north.
I look
midfield and put a ball over the top and run onto it, and we really don't have the people to do it. We don't have the height to do that.
Yeah, I looked right there before we earned that corner kick, and Kaylee and Jenna are both pretty deep. I think we need to get one of those 2 bodies up around the box, because I think the numbers we have back are going to be able to stop counterattacks. Looking to go potentially short here. A lot of times you see if they only send 1 defender, you'll try to go short. It looks like they're a little confused here at Champaign Central.
Yeah, they did not want to defend the short.
And we took advantage of it.
Yep. Deegan just sort of escaped around a couple of those. Lauren Scurry, I do not mind that at all. From about 16 yards, 17 yards. Scooped it over, though.
It looked like the Champaign defender was a little confused. They
Yeah.
were telling her to move in a direction, and she was moving in the opposite direction of the way the coaches wanted her to move. It kind of opened up a channel for Tegan to get in the box.
Yeah, she was going to play the short corner, which is really what instinctually you would want to do. But the bench was definitely against it. Didn't hurt them.
No, they did have a little bit of a misclear, and we were able to get a shot off there. But again, same thing, kind of sailed that shot high. We need to get those hard shots on frame and make this keeper make saves. You know, we really haven't seen this keeper have to make a lot of saves. Yeah. She had obviously the goal that we scored, and another one was kind of high to the near post. She went up and collected. But other than that, we haven't seen her have to make a lot of saves. Most of her shots are off target. Yeah,
we said she looks like an athlete, and so everything we've seen shows it. Well, we'd like her to prove it a little bit more.
That's right. I don't care who the goalie is and what they come in, what kind of reputation they come in. You got to make the keepers make saves.
Yep.
And we talked about it. Everybody has off nights. I don't care if you're dealing with an all-state goalie. You take shots. If you don't take shots, you're not going to score goals.
Yep. Anybody can flub one. Anyone can be deflected. Anyone can be wrong footer.
Right. There's a reason in the Premier League those guys give up goals.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's ever gone 38.
Here's what we need. Now we need runners in the box.
All right. Lucy is steaming in onto the far post. Yeah. All right. Well, it's the same sort of thing there.
Yeah, and I think Maya's trying.
A little too close to the.
She's trying to cross that. She just got that cross a little bit too deep.
Yep.
You know, we had Scurry top of the 6. She just put that cross in a little bit too deep. But she's got to keep her head and do it again. You know, you do it again and again and again and again, and eventually they're gonna break down.
Had that gotten through, Lucy was crashing into the far post, but I think she would have been in too tight. I think it would have probably went over her head. I'd like to see her linger a little bit out there. It's far easier to run forward in a moment's notice than it is to retreat.
I think one of the reasons we always talk about holding that shape on the back post is because naturally defenders are going to shift to the ball side. And if you hold that back post and you play a deep back post ball, a lot of times, you know, you're one-on-one in that back post. And that's better than, you know, 1-on-6 in the middle for Scurry, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you hold that shape, you put balls in, and you attack that back post.
Yeah, and you're probably getting a defender who seconds before had their back to you. Don't quite know where you are.
That's why we talk about shifting the ball from side to side, because naturally their defense is going to shift to the ball side. And you want to move it quickly so you have some space to attack.
Yeah,
again, you see Scurry here with about 6 white bodies. Great little ball.
Very nice ball.
Just didn't get.
Tegan, the left foot again. Put that ball outside the near post.
I mean, Tegan's going to be disappointing with that, but she's making the right runs.
Everything about it was perfect.
Know?
The finish was just off.
And a great little look from Scurry. I've been impressed with Tegan's movement. You know, you can tell she's frustrated, her body language right now, but she's got to shake that off and score the next one. She's going to get more opportunities as the night goes on.
Casey Rogers thrown on here, giving Lauren Scurry a break. Let's go to like-for-like replacement. Casey's going to take her center attacking position.
Good win. Maybe a high boot, but that's what I like from Maya, that competitive spirit. Yeah, those are the balls that are going to be tough. You know, right through the middle.
Too direct.
Again, we've had some success now getting the ball out wide. We just need to keep getting it wide and keep getting balls in and getting runners in the box.
Not going to win the second ball, which we do. Meredith Oliver. That's the first time I've called Meredith's name. Defense has not had a whole lot to do.
No. That's why, again, if they're keeping one high, I don't know if we need to keep 5 back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? We need to, like right now, I think Kaylee can get higher.
Deflection there.
Might get out for we're going to call a, okay.
Yeah, that was a corner.
Chad overruled the AR here on the near side. Who had it for a goal kick, but clearly looked like there was a deflection there.
Yeah, it looked like the ball did something.
Man, this has got to be like our eighth corner kick.
Yeah.
And you know, you get all these corner kicks, you gotta start taking advantage of it.
Yeah, the last one was kind of a rushed one with about 15 seconds to go at the end of the second half. First half doesn't really count. The other ones, though, I like this. Let's throw this in. We have Kaylee and we have Ellie that can put it in. Oh, and there we go.
That's it. Maya Wardle.
Off the chest. Maya Wardle. Is that what that was?
That was.
Did she score with her chest?
But I'll tell you what. You know,
win it any way you
just
can.
Want to get something on the ball. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you what. In the if the Journal Star was printing scores, you know, doesn't matter how Maya scores that. Her name gets in the paper.
That's right. It's a well-struck header. That's what we're going to call it.
There you go. We'll call it a diving header. How about that?
Crisply struck header. All right, the Irish score just about the same spot as they did in the first half. Double their lead now. Champaign will try to take some of the momentum away here and probably continue playing the way they have to. But if they didn't come here for to drop 3 points and to maybe lose their hold on third place in the conference like that. We'll see if they shift their philosophy here, shift their shape. Easy for me to say.
A tongue twister right there.
Yeah.
But you know what? A great corner kick. You couldn't have dropped it any better. You know, right at the top of the 6, middle of the goal. That's where you want the ball. Usually we say somewhere middle of the box between the 6 and the penalty spot, and then go attack it because it's a difficult spot for a goalkeeper, especially if there's a lot of traffic there in that area. And Maya just was right in the right spot and got something on it and directed it towards goal, and we'll take it. And we'll take that goal. That's a big goal, and like you said,
we will take it.
I mean, like you said, it'll be interesting to see if Champaign starts to come out of their shell or if they're still comfortable with a 2-0 lead. I mean, at 2-0, there's still a lot of time to be played. You know, if I'm them, I probably stay in this shape for another 10 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes try to come out. Because you'd hate to see the game end right now because you come out of your shell and they get a couple quick ones. Yeah.
Champaign does have a plus 30 positive goal differential, and they've had some blowouts there, so 17 of those are in 2 games against some of the teams at the bottom of the standings at the Big 12 Conference. But even then, you're plus 13. You got 9 wins. You got a draw in there. You get 3 losses. You score goals. You got girls out here who know the feeling of putting the ball in the back of the net, running back to midfield, and being congratulated. So they have the skill to do it.
Yeah, and to be honest, you know, we don't know how effective they'll be against our backs yet. And when they come out and play, they might be surprised. They might have some, you know, we'll see what they got because at some point they are going to have to come out of it, right? I mean, at some point it doesn't matter if you lose 2-0 or 7-0, you lose the game. So, you know, I'm not one for moral victories. So at some point you got to come out and you got to see what you can do against them.
Yeah, two
good
well
ball
coached
from Casey.
Oh, very nice. Lucy Birkin making a nice run there. Absolutely.
And there you saw from Lucy, she started that wide, and then she attacked the ball and tried to get inside the defender. So that was a good ball and a good run.
Yeah, absolutely nice there. Claire Gerard coming in, giving Jenna Horst a break here.
And that type of ball you saw there is one, if you remember the Morton game, I don't know if you saw. Did you do our, you didn't see our Morton game against the boys, though, our boys game in the spring. Did you see that?
Oh, I did. I didn't do that one.
So what you saw in the second half, we started having a lot of success playing those diagonal balls to the back post from out a little bit. So sometimes you don't have to get deep to the inline and cross. You can play it from a little bit further out on a diagonal to the back post, and we started seeing a ton of success there.
Actually, did do that game. That was the very last game of the year. That was me. We were gobsmacked by that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I remember our outside back started playing that early diagonal ball, and same thing, defense shift, one-on-one in the back post, attack the ball. We started having a ton of success. That's the kind of ball Casey just played there.
Yeah. Ton of success is understating that game, Coach.
Yeah, we'll take it. I don't know what team showed up in the first half, but much better from us in the second half there.
Yeah. It was a player-controlled team in the first half.
I think it was a lack of coaching in the first half. I don't know. I'll take the blame.
it was the PND Irish, especially senior pride in the second half.
That's right. That's right. It was a good way to end the season for us. Nice goal kick there. Good win from Claire and won the second ball. First and second ball. It's what you want to see.
Kaylee goes into every challenge in fifth gear.
She's not afraid of a tackle, I don't think.
It is fun to see. Oh.
Now he's going to call her off. Yeah, that was close, you know, and you got to give the benefit of the doubt to the AR here. I'm looking at him right now, and he was right in line with that play. Yeah. But again, another great little run from Lucy on a diagonal. And I think in the first half we saw a lot of straight-ahead runs and a lot of standing and reacting, and now we're seeing actual runs from our forwards, and it's causing problems for Champaign Central.
Yeah, beautiful ball out wide to her, and an absolutely glorious finish. He does not take away from it. Doesn't count, but you put that in your muscle memory bank because that would beat any goalie.
It was close.
Lucy didn't really throw her hands up in the air either.
I think she kind of knew. And it was probably, you know, I think it was offsides for sure, but it wasn't that far off.
My shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, nothing wrong with that. Here's Casey.
Get that shot off.
Oh, pulls it off. Oh,
Yeah, I think you're starting to see our wide players they have a little bit of width, and then we're starting to play the ball behind the defender, and then we're getting on the end of it.
No, it's going to stay in. We're going to get a corner out of this. We're going to get the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, one of these balls in that coming in wayside are going to get a deflection that just drops right to our feet.
Yep.
That's my prediction of where the third goal is going to come from.
Casey's coming out, and she put in a nice shift
Yeah,
there.
she did.
Some really nice stuff for us.
We had talked at halftime about maybe just try to infuse some energy. Maybe just throwing girls on for 6 minutes at a time and telling them, go until you drop, and then I promise I will get you out. Trust me, I promise I will get you out. So you put in Celine now, to do that 6, 7, 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think we got the depth we were talking about. I think we got the depth to do it.
We definitely have the depth.
We've got a solid group of players over here. You can work them in, give a little spell, keep girls fresh, go hard. Dude, it just looks like we're a little more interested. The other thing too, obviously if you're defending for long periods of time, 80 minutes is a long game. It's a long time, and you start to wear down a little bit. And now you see 2 goals against you. It's going to be hard for you to come back into the game. So Champaign's done a great job, but it's hard to do this for 80 minutes.
It is. It's exhausting, mentally, emotionally exhausting, not just physically.
See some hands on the hips here from the Champaign Central players, and
well, you just never, you never seen Peoria they go backwards.
No.
And it is
they're constantly coming at them.
Yeah, kind of defeating. It's Celine playing on the right side now. Move Maya back over to the left.
I like it. We're moving the ball quicker now. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think she's taking every shot with her left foot
she's
today.
working on the left foot.
Maybe
the coaches told her, let's strengthen up that left foot and get it ready for tomorrow against Geneseo.
It's plenty strong. Everything's going over.
That's true. Like I said, she just needs to keep her head up. She's gonna start. I mean, on a different night, she scores 3 of those. So just keep putting in yourself in position to score, and eventually it's gonna pay off.
Yeah. Everything else she's done tonight has been pert near perfect.
She's another one. Again, not. Maybe I'll throw some ideas out to Coach Ralph on the broadcast here, man. I don't know if he listens to these things back or not, but maybe even I know Tegan when she was younger had a ton of success playing out wide. That's another thing maybe to toy with. She does a ton in the middle, but she's got so much pace, and even up top at the point where she's closer to the goal and can get right to goal and score goals.
We'll give away all our secrets before,
hey,
before the postseason here, Coach.
That's one of those things. Sometimes it's fun to try different things when you can't during the season, and then by the end of the year, you know what you got in your back pocket. There might be a game late in the year where we need a goal late, and we got to take some of our players and push them into a certain position, maybe Tegan up at forward. Oof.
Yeah, there's Maya cracking one off with a right-footed shot from just about where Kaden Carew scored her first one. Mirror image of that. Yeah, the Irish have a lot of interchangeable parts. They really do. They have a lot of girls on defense who can play midfielders who can play offense who can step back into midfield. And, I mean, we're really a rotating cast of characters.
And you can see now, too, another thing that comes with fatigue is that, Champaign Central just seems to be struggling to even contest for first and second balls now. So it's tough to get off on the counter when you can't get to the ball.
Yeah. They have not changed their shape, though.
No, and I don't blame them. I think we're still, 22 minutes? Oof, that almost slipped through.
There you go. We'll probably put more shots on frame in this almost 20 minutes than we did in the first 20 minutes of the first half.
Like I said, I mean, if I'm in Champaign Central shoes, I think about the 20-minute mark, maybe the 15-minute mark is when you got to open it up. It's a good save.
Good save. There's some athleticism we suspected she had, and we're hoping she'd show. She showed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a tough one. That's hard and high. And moving to your left.
Yeah. Very hard to keep that in bounds, too, not give away the corner kick.
And not only did she keep it out of the net, she kept it out from giving a goal, and she didn't spill it out in front of her goal.
No. Woman skirt chested down in the box, but can't get her left foot around it.
Yeah, you can just see now, I mean, Champaign Central just struggling to just get out of their defensive third.
Yep.
Now, here we go. They're getting off on the break. You know, here we go. If they
Here
can
we
play
go.
that early ball down the wing.
Keeping 7 back.
Yep.
About
You know,
6 back, not counting the goalie.
Yeah, that was a good little counter. I think if, again, far side of the field here, I couldn't see the number, but if she would have been able to release the forward down the wing, she might have been able to get down there, you know, close to our box, but just a little slow getting that pass off. Might be the first time Addie's touched the ball this half.
Yep. Looks to me like she recognized what it was, though, and picked it up immediately.
And no one high for Champaign Central.
No, that was just to release the pressure.
You know, and again, for me at this point, even if you're not going to come out of your shell, you know, maybe keep a player real high up on the last defender for Notre Dame. Again, for something like that, where you can just, you know, rush their defender, press their defender, and hope for some something good to come out of it.
No, there's a giveaway there. Weak pass.
It's the most sustained pressure, you know,
Yeah.
Champaign's had this half.
Probably, honestly, in the last 40 minutes of game
Yeah, there
time.
you go. That's what I'm talking about. If they can keep someone in position to pressure our backs, that's what they should be looking for, right?
Dangerous ball there.
See, and you can hear the coach from Champaign South Central yelling at his girls to drop.
He wants the
So you can
midfield
see it's
back.
definitely an organized.
Yep.
And
Let's see if Lauren Scurry can get on this one first. Don't know who got that first touch. Maybe the goalkeeper.
yeah, it was close. Might have been the defender that poked that away.
He did a good job. It was.
But there you see another situation where they got drawn out,
Yep.
and we were able
Yeah.
to quickly counter them when they had some of their bodies forward. So it's kind of that give or take, right? You know,
Yeah.
you give up a little bit of a counter, but it also opens up space for you to re-counter them the other way. And that's probably what Champaign, if they played like that the entire game, that's probably what you'd see most of this game is Notre
Yeah.
Dame with a lot of space to run into. But they've just done a great job making this a competitive game.
Yep. Yeah, by no means a done deal here with 18 and a half, just under 19 minutes to go. Ball throw in goes all the way through to Addie Jeanetton.
And last 2-3 minutes, this is what Champaign Central wants.
Yeah, that's the at least the third straight.
So look here, we've got a 4-on-4
Okay.
situation, and we haven't had this much tonight. Look at the midfielders for Champaign Central are struggling to get back. And she's offsides there.
There was a pass.
But you saw there, right?
Yep.
The midfielders from
Yep.
Champaign Central got forward. They weren't able to get back. And it's a 4-on-4 situation, and we create a good chance off of it.
Good tackle by Kaylee Carew. Oh, I'd like to see her play it out here to Celine. Keep the ball moving in the direction it came from. See if we can't do it now. Celine's making a nice run. We're going.
Tegan's starting to find what I call the space between the lines. So you have a bank of 4 backs and a bank of 4 midfielders, and there's space in between. And if you're attacking midfield, if you can play into that space, it's super dangerous because you can pick up the ball and turn and attack their back line. And she's doing a nice job of starting to find that space as the midfielders from Champaign Central aren't getting back.
So she's physically getting into that space.
Physically getting in that space. If you see right now, she's playing behind their mids.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can pick up the ball in that space, it's super dangerous. It's good from Celine here.
It's very good from
She
Celine.
get her body in front of her.
Looking to cross.
Yeah, that's all right. That's
no,
good work.
Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, not a bad ball. Going to force the Irish to probably put the ball out. No, Irish. Good bit of skill there by, I think that was Jane, all the way on the left side.
Yeah, I think where you're really seeing the fatigue from Champaign Central is in their midfield. You know, when they do break forward, the midfield's not able to get there and support, and then when they get countered the other way, they're not able to get back to help. So, you know, they put in a tough shift.
Yeah, they have. But they're staying true to their title. They're going to stay in the midfield.
be nice to finish this game the right way, you know, to
finish
try
it
to
on the front foot.
Yeah, finish on the front foot, you know, continue to attack, maybe score a goal or two more, you know, because obviously we've been in control of this. I mean, it's probably a 90-10 possession type game.
Yeah,
and it's a 2-0 game, you know, so
Yeah.
you want to see that 90-10 possession, you know, show on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Jenna Horse came in, Tegan Timmerman taking a break. See whether Jenna's going to play in that mid. Maybe Claire Gerard might have taken it.
Yeah, it looks
A
like
little
we
dark over
got,
there, so.
looks like Claire's going to play that attacking mid for Tegan. And we've got Jenna and Kaylee playing the defensive midfielder positions. But again, in this scenario, you like to see one of those defensive mids be able to join in the attack.
Yeah.
Just to help with that number situation around the box. Tell you what, Celine fights.
Yes, she does. And she's fairly ambidextrous, too.
There you go.
We're going to speak that word into existence.
I'm going to Google that tonight and see what comes up.
Don't do it on your work computer. I'm not really sure it's going to come up. Here's Kaylee coming into the attack.
Yes.
Nice job of avoiding the contact there.
You know, again, she's made a couple of those great runs forward, and it's one of those things like, you know, you beat one, great. You know, you beat two, great. It's hard against a good team to beat three, especially when they're kind of packed in there. So maybe after you're beating the second, you maybe have an idea where you want to play that pass. Because if you draw two defenders, that means someone probably going to be open.
Yeah, it's kind of like making 2 consecutive threes in basketball. You're always going to take the third one. They heat check.
Yeah.
Usually not a good idea. All right, Irish are in a free kick in a dangerous position. Lauren Scurry's going to take it. Going to amount to basically a pseudo corner kick just from about 5 yards further in.
Yeah, and we're sending some numbers up here. I think we got 3 back, so we've got a good number of girls. Good 6 girls making a run into the box here.
See what body part we can use to score this time.
Yeah, we'll take whatever, as long as it ends up in the back of the net.
Lauren tried to drop that one in on the near post. That was obviously done on purpose. Something from the training ground. Oh, Lauren does a good job beating her.
That's a good ball.
Oh.
That's a great goal.
Great left-footed finish from the top of the box.
Was that Scurry that played it in, or was that?
Yeah, it was Scurry.
Yeah.
Scurry put in a left-footed cross there. Took her marker on, beat her 1v1. Her very next touch was to put a ball in there and found Claire Gerard, and Claire a nice side foot volley.
That's a tough finish. I mean, she's going with her left foot there to the far post. It's, you know, she's kind of facing away from the far corner and able to redirect it back to the far post. Really, really nice. Nothing the keeper could have done on that one.
No, that was perfectly placed. Very nice job.
So like we talked about, it's what we want. You know, we go up 3-0. It'd be nice to get maybe one more and just seal the deal here.
Yeah. Irish up now, 3-0. Like Coach Bear said, 18.5 minutes to go. The Irish are ascendant. There's really nothing Champaign.
Claire's feeling it.
Can do. Why not? You don't get a chance to have a finish like that too often.
It's going to be a quick turnaround for tomorrow morning.
Yeah. We have a little more breathing space here. I don't mean to take anything away from the game here. We're going to try to keep you up on it. But we are playing Geneseo tomorrow. Geneseo, sort of a playoff rival for us. We play them a lot. They've beaten us before. We've beaten them. They've won down here. We have won up there at their place when they've been hosting. They've won down here in our place when we've been hosting. They are now playing, I think, in the Western Big Six. So I think they're playing a few more big schools than they normally did. It's very hard to schedule big schools up there if you're not in the conference. But they play East Moline, they play Moline, they play Rock Island, they play Quincy Senior, Quincy Notre Dame, Quincy Senior High, Quincy Notre Dame, and they've still got a good record. In fact, they're seeded second in our subsectional, basically seeded first in our regional, if you want to think about it in those, or seeded fourth in our entire sectional, third in our entire sectional.
Looks like it's going to be a card here on Champaign Central. Just kind of left a leg in, and it was Kinsley Stillman there picking up the yellow. Yeah,
it's
you're trying to make a play and happen to keep your leg in there. So she's had a good game. She's competed back there.
Listen to me. She got a card. What more do you want on that? What more do you want? One right here, too. Line.
All right, so the Irish will get a free kick here after that yellow card. Stop the clock at 12:18. Kenny Cruz setting up for it. Too far out to be directly dangerous, even for Kaylee.
Never know, though.
Well, here we go.
We tried one of these in the first half with Scurry, but you know, you drop a ball there to the back post. We call it like the backside 6.
Yep.
Right around that 6-yard box back post.
That's where we're probably going.
Yeah, she's going for goal.
She is, either overcooked it or she was going for goal.
I told you, it's 1 of 2, right?
That's right.
But like you're mentioning, Geneseo, you know, the thing about them is they're always a blue-collar, hard-working, tough, physical type team, and you know they've got a strong tradition of soccer, you know, on both the boys and the girls side.
Yeah, they're 9-1 this year, undefeated at home, 4-1 away. The one loss away is to a really good Bettendorf, Iowa team. Must have played them very early in the season before conferences got started. Very good soccer played on the Bettendorf, Davenport side of the Quad Cities.
Yeah, and the good ball from Maya. That's a fantastic ball. And a great finish from Scurry.
Another great finish from the Irish, picking a ball out of the air.
We talked about the last 2 goals. What does it come from? It's come from a ball out wide into the box and first-time finish. And that's how you break down, you know, a couple banks of 4 in front of the goal is you whip balls in there and you attack them.
Yeah, Lauren Scurry with the 4th Irish goal here. Put the Irish up 4-0, comfortably up now, 11.5 minutes to go.
Hey, you hear the I don't know if that was from our side or the other side, but I think both teams want to finish strong. I think it was the Champaign Central said, you know, you put in a great shift tonight. You've worked so hard to make this a competitive game.
They have.
Don't just, roll over at this point. Finish the game strong.
Yeah.
Go out being proud of yourself of being competitive in this environment tonight. But it looks like the schedule came out for the postseason, and you know, we kind of looked at it. It looks like there might be a couple mistakes here and there, so, you know, there may be some changes. But what we're seeing right now is that we would likely play Rock Island, who we played the first game of the season. Got a player down here. And then, follow that up with probably playing Geneseo and what they would likely call the regional championship.
Yeah. Girl down here, she went down. Did not think she hit her head. She grabbed her back. It was a hard tackle, clean tackle. But she went down, and I think she landed on the small of her back first.
Yeah, it just looked like 2 girls going in hard for a challenge. I don't think there's any, ill intent from either player.
Yeah,
it's
to
just,
both girls' credit, they went in. They went in full-throated. I hope she's okay.
You know, and something Coach Ralph is maybe thinking about at this point. You know, you're almost to the 11-minute mark. You got a big game in the morning. You know, you're up 4-0. Maybe at this point you're looking to get some other girls some experience and getting some of your key contributors off the field. And again, we've had a couple challenges here in the last 2 minutes, right? You had a yellow card on a girl kind of leaving a leg in, and then a really tough challenge there. You hate to see one of your key players go out here late in the game and not be able to contribute in the morning.
Yeah. Our girls got to be a little tired, too.
Yep.
It's not just Champaign. Number 9 for them, who has put in a very good shift. She has been really the most dangerous person up top. She's the one who's trying to link up between their solid back line of defense and midfielders. And she's been playing the either semi-attacking mid or dropping deep as one of the 2 up top. Maybe you really want to say they were playing a 4-4-1-1 really, and she was the second one. Yeah. Either a deep line of the 2 up top, and she's done a good job. But when she's up there, her options are limited because there aren't people filling the lanes on the fast break, to use another basketball term.
Yeah, and we got a good back line and we got a good goalkeeper, so it's tough for one player, from any team we've seen this year to get through our entire back line by themselves and through our goalkeeper. You're asking a lot. And she's worked hard tonight. There's a good example of it. Ellen just does such a great job. She's got that low center of gravity. Yeah, I don't know there. I mean, both players are using their body, but Ellen got called for the foul. And, just like I said, though, she does a great job of using her body and shielding, using her body to shield the player away from the ball.
Ellen's one of about 42 children. She's the youngest. And so in order to eat, that's what you have to do at the Dahlquist table. I mean, she's certainly tougher than Marty.
Oh, 100%. Well,
it's not even close.
I asked Craig about having a couple more boys, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm already graduated with my youngest daughter, Rachel, so I'm allowed to give him grief.
Well, Marty's out on the referee circuit now.
Well,
That's a good ball.
And a very nice ball in.
Yeah, he's out on the referee circuit doing a lot of high school games. You see Marty out here and does a great job. You know, I like to see those young officials, the guys that have played the game at a high level, be able to get back into officiating. We need a lot of younger officials. You're seeing, you know, some of the older officials that have been around a long time start to make their way out, and you want to have good young officials to take their place. We have another, Joe Gross was a player that just recently played for me, and is doing college games now.
Oh, yeah.
He's in college himself, and he's refereeing college games.
I hope he's not missing classes to do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know with Joe.
It'd be so unlike Joe. Yeah, I saw him when he did one of our games. It was great to catch up with him. He's one of my favorite kids of all time.
Great kid. Great personality, too.
Terrific
Fun
family.
kid to have around.
Yep. Hair's a little longer than it was when he was here.
That's the new trend. Yeah. That's the new trend. We used to have this, what is it, 3-inch hair rule at school. I don't know if 3 inches is measured. Maybe the rulers are different than they used to be.
We went metric. It's a little different now. 700 centimeters now. I'm not really sure how many milliliters are in law. I don't know.
I don't know. If I could grow my hair out, I'd probably do it too. Right?
I can grow it out, but it's all gray. Nobody wants to see more gray hair. All right, 8.5 minutes, just about, for the Irish to see this game out. After the fourth goal, seen a little more aggression, offensive aggression from Champaign Central here. Had a tremendous free kick from the left side here, taken and just bounced harmlessly away, but I didn't think any of the girls had the strength and the energy left to put something like that in, but obviously they proved me wrong. It's Caitlin Bentley in the game for the first time, doing what you said.
Look at that.
Get a header.
Look at that. What a play from the goalkeeper. To keep that out.
A terrific ball from Caitlin, a terrific header from Lauren Scurry, and an even more terrific several stops from the goalkeeper.
Whatever you got to do to keep it out of the net.
Absolutely, yeah. We do not have goal line technology, but I don't think the ball passed over the line.
No, I don't think so. I mean, again, it looks like the AR was in position to make the call, and she held it out. But yeah, Bentley coming in here, and like we talked about, you know, get the ball wide, put balls into the area, and attack those balls. And great ball from Bentley right outside the 6, and Scurry right there to make a play, and the goalkeeper with a fantastic save. Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened over there.
I was looking, scanning the backfield here to see anybody else had come in. I don't think there's anybody new in. It looks like it's still Lucy, number 13, playing. She's in the black hole there between the light standards. But I think that's Lucy still playing wide left up front.
It's tough, you know, because I think, you know, it's tough to say if there's intent in some of this stuff. I think the Champaign girls are tired. I think they're playing hard, you know. Yeah. And I think they're fouls, but you know that there's maybe a little bit more in that one.
Yeah. Well, we held on to the ball a little bit long.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Abby meant to put the ball that far in front of her.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a yellow.
And maybe a little frustration too. You know, again, you work so hard and.
Second yellow for her, so it amounts to a red card. We'll be able to sub her out, but she cannot play in their next game. I believe that's still the rule.
Yeah, it's a soft red.
I think that might have been the girl who maybe got it for language maybe the first time.
Yeah.
So
I think the new rule is soft red or hard red. You don't
can't be subbed in.
I don't think you're able to sub in.
Okay.
That was a rule for a while. The soft red would count differently in high school, but then I think they did change that.
They have not brought anybody on, so thank you for clearing that up for me.
That was a rule for a while.
That was always the rule. Lauren Scurry coming out. Lucy Burkett coming out. Looks like Sammy Lard has come in. And I missed. Somebody else came in. We'll have to catch her up here.
Probably notice it as they touch the ball.
Yeah, number 14, Sammy Lard is in.
Yeah, Ellen here, right here in front of us, man. She's put in a shift. I don't know if she's come out. She's doing a great job.
Yeah, she's done a good job. I mean, you never want to see somebody get hurt, but Ellen has taken advantage of the playing time that opened up.
Yeah, she, like I mentioned earlier, she's one of the ones that plays on my club team, and we play her in the same position, that wide, usually on the right side back, and she's just a handful. you know,
Yeah.
coming up the wing. She can get involved in the attack, and she does a great job defensively. She's a very, very good 1v1 defender with that low center of gravity and uses her body really well.
All right. Abby Soka coming off. Natalie Ivy coming in. I think the other person that came in was probably Allie Bear.
She's been in for a,
Has she
for a
been?
little
Okay.
bit, yeah.
I'm going to feel bad if she was the one I missed.
Yeah, no. It's good. So now you just want to, you know, the key now, late in the game, is just get your ball off your foot. You know, 5 minutes left.
Yeah, don't get caught on the ball.
Yeah, don't get caught on the ball. Want to
Yeah.
get out of here healthy and
Yeah, hard to tell the kids not hard to tell them to pull up on challenges.
Right.
But maybe the pragmatic thing to do.
Yep.
Sammy
Ball
Laura
from
with her first.
Sammy.
Oh, very nice. Playing with her head up. Did Jenna Horst. Jenna trying to free herself.
a lot of time here.
Yeah.
A lot of time. Still want to get to the ball quickly. I think that's one of the things that's for younger players, when you see you got no one around you, you can just kind of jog to the ball. But the quicker you get there, the more time you're going to have when you do get it.
All right, there's now Jane Gear anchoring the back. Meredith Oliver back there. Like I said, Meredith's done such a good job. We haven't called her name. I think maybe twice.
Good job from Elias. Move it here quickly. Good. Sammy can make that run through that channel maybe for us. There she goes. Okay, Ellen.
Gonna take a shot.
You know, you never know with this surface. You know, one thing we know about Notre Dame at night, you start to get some of that dew on the ground, and sometimes those one hoppers with a little bit of heat are tough to handle.
All right, 4 minutes to go. Irish maintaining their 4-0 lead. 1-0 lead going into halftime. 3 gorgeous goals here in the second half.
Great goals.
3 different girls. And at least one other opportunity was thwarted by excellent goaltending by the Champaign Central keeper.
It just looked, I'm sure there's some instruction at halftime from the coaching staff about how to break this down, you know, and I don't think they've seen that this year yet. Good job by Ellie getting to the ball.
No, not with the sort of discipline.
Right, with the sort of discipline, right? Like, naturally, some teams may fall into a shell because you're just, you know, the weaker team. But this team came out with a purpose to defend in those 2 banks of 4 and play off the counter. And they kind of frustrated us, and we struggled to figure out how to deal with it in the first half. In the second half, we started getting the ball wide, and we started to get more numbers around the box, and we got our goals because of it. And we looked to have more energy in the second half, too.
We did. I think that was.
Might earn a corner here.
Then we do. Let's see who's going to take it here. Probably Ellie.
Yeah, she's thinking about it. I don't know if she wants. There she goes. We're going to look. We tend to look to put 2 out there and just see what the defense throws at us. I know in the boys' side, I don't want to give too many of my secrets away, but there's only 1 out there. It's a 2-on-1 situation to get into the opponent's box, and it's not a bad thing to try to do.
We've scored over the years some beautiful goals.
This one's tough. This is the Ellie kind of dealt with it there. It's home field advantage, and sometimes it hurts us. We got that little hill in that corner.
Yeah.
So you're kind of running down a small hill to then take a corner kick. It's a difficult one. Almost got to get some extra practice into that corner.
Yeah. Well, if I'm not mistaken, most of your short corners come from that corner.
They do. We always are looking for it, but it's one of those things when I got the position here, I don't know, 14 some odd years ago on the boys' side, you know, I wanted to make this field as wide as possible, so we really pushed the limits on each side. I think we expanded it about a yard and a half on each side, and it stretched the limit of the field. It's pretty tight over here with the benches. It's pretty tight with the fans, but it also creates an incredible atmosphere for our games here.
Well, in my will, I'll donate 3 cubic yards of dirt. We can level that out there for you.
Well, we need to dig it out. We need some kind of machinery.
I'm not made of dirt. I don't know what you want from me, Mike. All right, a minute and a half to go here. Irish going to see out a victory here. At the very least, 4-0. Doesn't look like Champaign Central is going to do anything to change their side of the ledger, and we probably shouldn't be doing much to try to change ours unless something obvious opens up.
Again, just giving one last, I guess you could say, shout out to Champaign Central. I think they came out with a plan, and really impressed with the way they stayed disciplined in their shape tonight. And then, I think we got up a couple goals there, 3 goals, 4 goals, and, they had to come out of it a little bit and some spaces opened up, and they got tired. But it's a competitive game.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see if it was still 1-0 with about 15 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, what they would have done.
Well, they got close to it, right?
Yeah,
it was
they were very close.
Was it about 20, 22?
We scored with about 31 minutes is when we scored the second goal.
And then the third one came maybe with about low 20s. Good here from Ben. Let's see if we can get one more ball in the box.
There you go. Okay, let's throw in a couple nice ones. That one was dealt with nicely by Champaign Central. All right, we're down to 20 seconds.
It's going to be a big day at Notre Dame tomorrow. We've got wrestling tomorrow morning, 8:30. We're hosting multiple teams here tomorrow morning in the gym. And then we've got the soccer games against Geneseo. Then we follow that up with our auction tomorrow night.
All right.
So it's going to be a busy day of Notre Dame athletics and activities.
All right, the game tomorrow, a couple times yesterday, I mistakenly said that the varsity game was first. That's the way it originally was scheduled back about 4 or 5 weeks ago when Geneseo was going to come down the first time. The JV game is at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The varsity game will be at its customary 11:30, or as close as we can get to that after the JV game is over. All right, a lot of good things here from the Irish, a lot of good things from Champaign Central, but let's focus on the home team here. They're the one paying the bills. What do you like most about what we did today, Coach Bear?
Yeah, I thought in the first half, again, came out a little lethargic and a little slow. And again, we saw something we hadn't seen before. And I thought the second half, we made some adjustments. We started getting the ball wide. Our wings stayed wider, and we started getting balls in the box. We scored some great goals, so hopefully we can take that momentum into in tomorrow morning against a tough Geneseo team and keep it rolling into the post. I mean, we're almost into the postseason.
Yep.
It's crazy to think about that.
We're getting close. Tomorrow will be our second to last home game. We'll have another one Saturday following tomorrow. The Irish look like they've escaped without any injuries here. Everybody's got some ice bags on, but
they have them on every
normal.
game.
Yeah, that's normal. It's the walking wounded there. A couple of zombies. So, all right, we thank everybody for paying attention tonight. I saw a really entertaining game, a good result for the Irish, 4-0 win over Champaign Central. Irish will be back here bright and early with the JV game at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you're coming out to watch in person, if you're watching our stream, we will be broadcasting a little bit before 11:30. Game against Geneseo, a team you can predict there's a good percentage chance that we're going to pass each other somewhere in the postseason.
It's looking
rapidly approaching.
Looks like the regional final, and just so everyone knows, I think you'll get Coach Blackford back tomorrow.
Yes, he will be back here.
We did not fire him from the broadcast. I mean, he's had some poor performances, but we're going to give him a second, third opportunity, fourth opportunity to kind of make up for it.
Sent him to a broadcasting boot camp tonight. Cover story is he's at his 8th grade son Brighton's graduation. And congratulations to Brighton. We'll see him streaming down the halls of Notre Dame in the fall. Another Blackford coming in as Lily Blackford is coming out. We couldn't be happier. All right, Coach, any last words? You want to sign off here?
No, again, good game, good little challenge for us, and hope to get another result in the morning.
All right, well, thank you. We had a beautiful night here and a beautiful game, and hopefully we can repeat that with a beautiful day and a beautiful game tomorrow against Geneseo. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.